All right, so get this. You send us this YouTube video, right? And the title, get this, the title is Build an AI Agent That Scrapes Anything. No code. Anything.
Okay.
It's from a channel called Ben AI.
Yeah.
And honestly, I got to say, the possibilities, they kind of have me like both pumped but also a little freaked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. Like, it's one thing when we're talking about AI writing emails or, making art, but when you got an AI out there just like
Yeah.
scouring the web for info, that's a whole other level.
Totally. Okay, so before we go full like sci-fi thriller on everyone here, break it down. What's this AI agent actually doing?
So in the video, this guy, Ben, he shows us how to build an AI agent using a combination of these no-code AI tools, Relevance AI and Make.com.
Okay.
And these are like building blocks that let you create this agent, right, that can gather information from websites, social media, analyze it all, and then it puts it into these neat little reports for you.
Okay, so it's like organized chaos. I mean, we already have tools for market research and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
What makes this different?
I think the real game changer here is that it's all built with no-code tools.
Okay.
And that means that you don't need to be a coding whiz to potentially create something like this, right?
Right.
It's making this kind of technology accessible to a much wider audience.
Hold up. Are you saying that anyone with Wi-Fi can suddenly become an AI data scraping mastermind?
Not exactly. I mean, think of it like this. You don't need to be a chef to use a microwave, but you do need to know how to operate it and what you can and cannot put in it, right?
Yeah.
Building these agents, it still takes some know-how. You need to understand how to structure them, how to connect the different tools, and probably most importantly, you have to know how to write those instructions, the prompts that tell the AI what to actually do.
Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. But what's this I hear about a manager agent and sub-agents? Is this AI running a whole company now?
It kind of is. Think about it like a team, right? You've got the manager delegating tasks, and then you've got your specialists for different areas.
Right.
That's kind of what's happening here. The manager agent, that's like the CEO, giving the orders to these sub-agents, which are like experts in things like social media scraping, web scraping, even visual analysis.
Wow. So it's like this well-oiled AI machine.
Yeah.
Each part doing its thing.
Uh-huh.
But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What kind of information can this thing actually gather?
Okay, so think about this, like trying to really size up a competitor.
Okay.
This agent can go in head first into stuff like public reviews.
Okay.
And we're not talking just seeing a 4 out of 5 star rating. This thing can pinpoint the actual complaints, the common complaints,
Wow.
and even highlight potential opportunities based on what those customers are saying.
So instead of just knowing people like the product, you find out why they like it.
Yeah.
Maybe their customer service is amazing, but their shipping times are all over the place.
Ex-
That's gold.
It is. And it can even dive into a competitor's blog,
Yeah.
figure out what topics they're really hitting hard, what's working for their audience.
Okay.
Maybe even where there are content gaps that, you could be filling.
Okay, that's straight up strategic genius right there.
Right.
But this is mostly online stuff, right?
Yeah.
We're talking websites, social media.
Well, not really. It goes even further than that.
Okay.
Remember those news articles we all skim through?
Yeah.
This agent doesn't miss a beat. It can scrape all those articles.
Wow.
Keep you totally in the loop about any industry trends.
Right.
And anytime a competitor pops up, Ben actually shows it pulling info from Google News, so you know it's covering serious ground.
All right, color me impressed.
Okay.
But you mentioned visual scraping earlier.
Yes.
And that sounds honestly kind of next level. Is this thing analyzing images too?
Oh, yeah. It gets into the visual game for sure, this is where I think it gets really wild. He shows how this agent can actually break down a company's entire website. We're talking looking at their color scheme, the images they use, even just their writing style, how they're writing.
It's like having a 247 digital branding expert just on call.
Pretty much.
So what you're saying is this AI can give you a complete picture of your competitor, what they're doing, what people are saying about them, how they're presenting themselves online. It's the whole 9 yards.
Exactly.
Wow.
But it gets even better. Remember how that title was it can scrape anything?
Yeah.
Ben actually suggests using it for lead generation too.
Go away.
Imagine this agent going on social media, finding people who are already engaging with certain topics or even with your competitors' posts.
Which for real. So if someone's out there liking every tweet about I don't know, vintage video games or
Mhm.
something.
Right.
This AI could flag them like, hey, this person might be a potential customer for a retro gaming store.
That's the idea. It's not just about collecting data. It's about finding those golden nuggets, those actionable insights. And on social media, this agent can tap into platforms like LinkedIn, the one that used to be Twitter,
Right, right.
even YouTube. It
Uh,
can figure out how active a competitor is, how much engagement they're getting, what their top performing content is.
Mind blown. It's like, not only can it find these potential customers, but it can tell you how to reach them.
Hmm.
Talk about a game changer.
For sure.
This is honestly kind of blowing my mind. But it does make you wonder, right? Like, we're talking about some seriously powerful tools here.
Yeah.
Where do we even draw the line?
It's a good question, and Ben actually touches on this a bit in the video. He really emphasizes that it's not just about what these tools can do, but how we choose to use them, you
No.
know?
Right, right. So it's less about the AI being like good or bad and more about us humans needing to set some ground rules.
Exactly. He even suggests some really interesting, alternative applications for these AI agents. So, for instance, instead of just scraping random social media profiles, he talks about how you could use them to really target very specific potential clients from things like business directories,
Okay.
stuff like that. That's already pretty standard practice, even without AI.
Right, right. So it's about finding ways to use this technology strategically, responsibly, all that good stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm with you. What other applications did he mention?
Well, think about influencer marketing.
Right.
Yeah,
Huge these days, yeah.
huge, right. So he talks about how you could use an AI agent to identify the absolute perfect influencers for your brand
Right.
based on their audience, based on, the kind of content that they already create.
Right.
No more just endlessly scrolling through hashtags trying to find the right people.
Right. It's like having a little an AI talent scout on your team.
Exactly. And then, going back to what we were talking about with the content gaps, right?
Yeah.
He even suggests using these agents for content idea generation.
Oh,
They can analyze what's already out there, what your competitors are doing, what's trending on social media, and then give you all these fresh ideas for what your audience actually wants to see.
so it's like having an AI brainstorming partner.
Yeah.
This is incredible stuff.
You know, it's funny because at first I was a little intimidated by this whole AI agent thing, but now I'm seeing all these cool ways that it could actually be used to make life easier, not even just for businesses.
Yeah,
Like for anyone who creates content or needs to, stay ahead of the curve.
absolutely. And, this technology, it's still very much evolving, but it's really clear that it has the potential to be incredibly useful. And I think, like with any powerful tool, it's up to us to really use it wisely, ethically, all of that.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So for anyone listening who's like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready to dive into the world of AI agents myself. Where should they start?
Well, I mean, honestly, Ben's YouTube channel is a fantastic starting point. He walks you through the whole process step by step, in the video.
Okay. And he really does emphasize the importance of understanding the tools that you're using and using them responsibly.
Awesome. We'll definitely link to his channel in the show notes for everyone listening. And you know what? After this whole deep dive, I'm actually feeling pretty optimistic
Oh, yeah.
because it's easy to get caught up in the whole robots are taking over narrative.
Mm-hmm.
But this conversation, if anything, it's shown me that there's so much potential for AI to be a force for good.
Totally.
It's all about, like you said, using this tech to enhance our own capabilities, not replace them entirely.
Well said. Well said.
This has been an incredible journey into the world of AI agents.
For sure.
We've covered everything.
Yeah.
Competitor analysis, influencer marketing, content generation, all thanks to this one powerful tool. It just goes to show, sometimes the most mind-blowing innovations, they start with just a simple question. What if?
I love that.
And there you have it, your deep dive into the fascinating and maybe slightly less intimidating world of no-code AI agents. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep learning.